Welcome to Workshop Wednesday with MeasurementMarketing.io. Today we're going to talk about fixing referral traffic attribution in Google Analytics 4. Hi, my name is Julie Brody. I am the Director of Measurement for MeasurementMarketing.io. I've been building actionable dashboards for a really long time and then became a measurement marketer and then started teaching measurement marketing to people like you. And I'm still the lead account manager for all of our dedicated measurement management clients. That means we get to see all kind of different things. And for those of you that know us and our team, we all love a good puzzle to solve, and you probably have seen us in the Measurement Marketing Academy. I bring this up because if you are not already back there, we would love to have you back there and ask Instructor Sports. Send us a question in the winner circle with our entire measurement marketing community. We'd love to have you. So if you're interested, I'll show you how to join even for free here in just a moment. So, and before we get started, always remember the one thing, the thing that you can take and make it your own, and then come back and watch it again and get something else. So let's go ahead and get started. Fixing referral traffic attribution in Google Analytics 4. As we start, we always start with this thing right here, which is the cornerstone, the foundation for all things measurement marketing. If you're not quite sure what it is, please pay attention. And we do have an entire free course on this particular subject. So if you're like, I need more, don't worry, I'll tell you how to find that here in just a moment. So with your measurement marketing framework, everyone wants to be able to go from marketing in the blind to being able to reliably grow those revenue and profits. You want to know how to get out of this chaos system and be able to know what button to push, what lever to pull in order to grow your revenue. And you start with your plan, then you go on to build, then you go on to launch. And to do the plan, you have questions, information, and actions. You need to know what questions to ask, information you need to answer those questions, and the actions you're going to take. Key point here is if you can't take action, you need to circle back to those questions and make sure you're asking the right questions. Then you move on to the build where you get results, traffic, and story to make sure, again, you're putting all the pieces together in the proper way so you can listen, forecast, and optimize. Then guess what? You're going to do the whole thing over and over again as you continue to level up and grow your measurement marketing skills. And that, again, is the measurement marketing framework. So let's jump into our topic that we're talking about today. What are the symptoms of a traffic attribution issue for referrals? So here is a screenshot that we grabbed from our sister site, MeasureSummit.com. You might have heard of it. And this is right as we were building the measurement system in GA4. And so I was able to grab this from basically, I think it was last year's data that we grabbed it from. And as you can see, it says we have some conversions from some referral traffic. One of them is actually MeasureSummit.com, and the other one is from the Infusionsoft cart, which is actually the cart for the brand Measure Summit. And so it's saying we are referring ourselves, which doesn't quite make sense. But why is this an issue? Why is this having self-referring traffic an issue? The issue is you don't know where your conversions are actually coming from. Let's back it up just a hair here. So what we're seeing is we have two sales that came from MeasureSummit.com. Oh, and then we have two sales that came from the cart, which again does not make sense because of course they're going to go through the cart. So what if it was some of our friends that were sharing stuff on LinkedIn, or what if it was Julius from Analytics Mania put something on his blog and it was something like that, or maybe Digital Marketer sent something. We would have zero clue that this time all it's saying is we did it ourselves, nothing else is showing up. So that's the reason that there's an issue with this, is because we don't know where conversions are actually from. And so why is this an issue? Again, we just mentioned is you don't know what traffic sources to send money on, to spend money on, to turn on, to turn up, whatever it is you need to. You don't even know who to give credit to if you're not using a proper, more robust attribution system like an affiliate system, if you're doing anything like that too. So you have to be kind of careful with that, and you have to make sure this is basically your attribution, your cross domain, all of that stuff is set up. and this referral traffic can get in the way. So what is the solution? We've talked about why this is an issue in a couple of different ways. What is the solution? We need to tell Google Analytics to ignore specific domains so conversions are attributed to the proper traffic source. I'll let you kind of digest that. We need to basically tell Google, ignore these things so that it'll go and look at the proper traffic attribution for that. So let's go ahead and dig a little bit deeper and explain that with pictures, because we always love a good picture. So here's our handy dandy Lucidchart, and just for simplicity, we are on measurementmarketing.io, and in the user journey, we go to infusionsoft.com or infusionsoft.app, depending on how the form is built, and it could be an entire page, or it technically could just be an order, like a pop-up form, like an opt-in form or something. And then the next page they see is, again, measurement marketing. We're just looking at the domains, not the actual page path of the rest of the URL. And we've notated that the conversion is happening here, on this step here. So by default, out of the box, if you don't do anything besides put Google Analytics 4 script, however you do it, with Tag Manager or not, with a G tag or Tag Manager, by default, without doing anything extra, this is what it would look like. The people that get to Infusionsoft, their source medium, kind of like what we saw before in their screenshot, is measurementmarketing.io is the source, and the medium would be a referral for this, because they're like, hey, I don't know really where they came from. They came from here. That's what it's showing. Then for over here, for your conversion, meaning the thing you probably might be spending money on or might be needing to know if a traffic source, an ad, a post, or something is working, is there. And what is going to happen here? Well, it's going to say, hey, that Infusionsoft thing is rocking it. You really need to keep sending stuff to Infusionsoft, which is completely false, not really useful, can't take action on that. You need to fix it. So what else you will see too is, what if you have all these different traffic sources? So if you are not using UTMs on Facebook, what you can actually see, what you want to be able to see, is everything be attributed to the Facebook, and it actually has like Facebook CPC or Facebook paid, however you're putting UTMs on there. Tagging your traffic is the other way of saying that. But you can see that come through here, and if you are basically telling Google to ignore these as referrals, then what would happen is your conversion would be like, hey, Facebook is the one that did this. Or if you have, LinkedIn. A lot of times if you don't put any UTMs on your on LinkedIn, and it's just people sharing things, or like, hey, I really saw this super cool video or this blog or whatever it is, LinkedIn will actually show as a referral too. So it could be linkedin.com/referral. So what is the difference between this kind of referral and this kind of referral? Well, so let's think about this. Do you want to know that you referred yourself? Do you want to know that Infusionsoft or your own site referred yourself? No, these are not useful information. You can't take action on it. And in fact, it's actually preventing you from taking action. However, do you want to know if LinkedIn is sending you traffic? Do you want to know if LinkedIn is giving you conversions? Absolutely. So when we talk about this ignoring referrals in Google Analytics, you only want to ignore your own domains. And so whatever tools you might have on your site, so if you're doing Webinar Jam, you need to consider those. If you're using lead pages, you'll consider those. ConvertBox, everything that you might use on your page, you'll consider those. However, you will not do things like LinkedIn. You will not do things like Facebook. You will not use other brands. Like, we get traffic from Digital Marketers, EXL, and some other marketing brands out there. And you wouldn't add those because, again, what questions are you going to have on those? You are going to want to know, A, that traffic that Digital Marketer is sending, are they having conversions? If we ignored it, we wouldn't know if Digital Marketer was actually bringing in those conversions or not. Same thing if you have some sort of sister site, like we mentioned, measuresummit.com is a sister site. We don't have them as a referral exclusion, as ignoring the actual referral traffic, because we do want to know, hey, did sister site actually bring in traffic, and did sister site cause conversions? We want to know that. So again, for anything where you have those questions and you want to know, did they bring in the sales? Did they do that? They don't get ignored. Don't ignore those guys. Only ignore your own domains. So let's go ahead and pop it into Google Analytics and show you how to do that. Now you know the strategy. Let's go ahead and build. So we're going to come into Google Analytics. We're in our admin section over here. And then we are going to go to data streams. And if you don't see it in the main section, you can just come over here to data collections, and then you choose your data stream here. And then we choose the data stream we're going to be working in. And then we scroll down and we want to choose configure tag settings. And then we're going to click show more. And then we're going to choose list unwanted referrals. So this is where we're specifying domains whose traffic should not be considered a referral. And so back in the old Universal Analytics days, it used to be called referral exclusion list. That's what you heard me say, that word exclusion. But it's saying list unwanted referrals. So another way of thinking of it is ignore these domains so that you can have proper attribution. So here's something that was already here. I've actually removed some so we can have a good way of showing you how it works. So you have all these different options. You can get regex happy. If you are just starting out and you don't know regex, honestly, just go with contains. Referral domain contains. And this is where you can add it, paypal.com. So why would we add paypal.com? Because PayPal is not one of our own domains. We are, we don't have, any sort of scripts or tags or Google or anything on paypal.com because basically it's a bank. It's not going to allow us to. So why do we want to do PayPal? Let's think through this. Let's go through and kind of walk through this example because we totally believe in teaching you to fish. So that way we can go through the strategy and you can apply it to maybe a different scenario that works for you. So let's say somebody comes through and purchases, and they came through, and instead of going straight from Infusionsoft, they went into we're going to scooch that guy over, and so they went to paypal.com. And so what this is going to do, guess what? We don't actually get to see PayPal. PayPal is basically this big black hole because, again, no scripts, no tags, no nothing on there. But if they then come in and purchase, we're going to zoom out just a wee bit. If they come in and purchase, the conversion is going to say, hey, PayPal is sending you sales. And aren't they awesome? Go spend more money on your PayPal traffic. Well, obviously, as a measurement marketer, you know that's ridiculous and we can't do that. So what we need to do is make sure PayPal is ignored, even though it's, again, not technically our domain, but it is a tool we can use. So we're going to make sure that PayPal, if you have any other type of service that you use like PayPal, where they leave and then they come back, you need to make sure they're on your list as well. And then we can go ahead and add them. And I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick, how do you find your list of referrals so we know how to do that. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this tab, a fun little Chrome trick for us. And what we're going to do is going to go ahead and go into our reports. And then we're going to choose generate lead. And here is something called traffic acquisition. Yours might look slightly different because this is, again, our teaching account. We're going to choose this to change it to session source medium. And then we're going to come up here and just type in referral, 1F, 2 Rs. And we just hit enter to filter it out. So now we get to see all of this. Again, this is our teaching account, so we got a lot of craziness happening in here. So this is where you would go through and see if there is anything that you need to add to your referral exclusion list. So obviously, we've had this already set up for ours, so it's not showing Infusionsoft in here. I've just removed it a couple of hours ago for this demonstration. And so something else, like let's say we decided that This is our short link. So maybe we decide, oh, we want to add that on there. So we want to make sure that that's not showing up as a referral. So we could add that to our referral exclusion. If there's another domain, let's say, um, do, 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 do. This is another sister site. If this is part of the user journey, we would have this as add this to our list of unwanted referrals. But because this is not part of the user journey, we're going to keep it off of our list. And so those are just some quick examples. So if you see any of your actual domains that are part of your user journey, it needs to be on the list. And you need to pay attention to, does it say .com? Does it say .app? Does it say .io? What does it say? And that's what you're going to use. So let's go ahead and hop back over here. And so this is another example. You can get happy with regular expressions or any sort of other tools here. So we're going to go ahead and choose add another condition. And this is, we're going to say contains, and we're going to add in Infusionsoft.com and add another one. And Infusionsoft.app. So if you use other tools where there might be more than one, you need to pay attention to those and make sure they're both added. Lead pages is a very common one. There's lpages.com, lpages.co, leadpages.co, all kind of those. Every single one of them needs to be added. Again, you can get really happy with your regex, but I think if you're just starting out, doing contains and having this is perfectly fine. If you have subdomains, this is a great way to do that. So that way you can, actually that should be uh, there. And so if you have subdomains, this is basically saying anything before that, and that way you can have all of your subdomains there. So there, all you have to do is go through and save, and you're good to go. One other pro tip for you is I like to have, so my unwanted referrals and then configure your domains. I like to have them all here. So even though technically PayPal, again, we don't have our scripts on there, I just like to have them all the same. So that way when you're going back and forth and you're trying to verify which ones, which ones are there, it's the same list. It should be the same list in both spots and easy to work with and troubleshoot. And it even tells you, hey, let's make sure we figure this out. It's cross domain. And if you don't have that set up properly, your cross domain, meaning your attribution, may not be very useful. So now if you go through these steps, there's nothing else to do because you've already saved it on this step here. So, and from this moment forward, you will now have proper attribution, cleaning out those list of unwanted referrals. And sometimes you might see the traffic for a few more days as the user information kind of gets cleared out and the cookies get cleared out, because it might attribute it to that user to the referral traffic for a few more days. But after like a week or so, you would expect to not see that anymore. And if you do still see it, send us a message out in Winner Circle. If you are an Academy member, we'd love to kind of help you troubleshoot, and we'll work with you on that. What was your one thing? We'd love to hear about it. Please let us know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on what's new in the measurement marketing world. And as promised, if you want to know more about this thing called the Measurement Marketing Framework, and you want to have all kinds of free tools and join the Measurement Marketing Academy Toolbox membership, which is a free membership, just head over to measure.tips/getacademy. You'll see options there for the actual Academy membership where you can have access to us with Ask an Instructor, the Winner Circle, the community, all of the courses, and lots of support to help you get started and level up your measurement skills. Or if you just want the free course, you have that option too. That was fixing referral traffic attribution in GA4. We'll see you next time.